Hey guys, welcome back. Getting straight into today's video, I'm going to be mixing some of this glitter with clear dip powder to kind of create a dip powder out of it. And I'm going for a Lucky Charms inspired look. So I'm going with like greens and yellows kind of to go off the cereal box vibes. I don't know. I just really wanted to do a Lucky Charms inspired manicure. So I'm using glitter from Ciara's Nail Glitter World. I have a bunch of her products. I absolutely love them. So the way that I go about doing this is I take one of these like small Beautycom jars. They're 7-gram jars. I bought like a pack of 72. And they're on Amazon. They're super cheap. I think I paid like less than $30 for this pack. And I got the rose gold ones, or rose pink. This isn't rose gold. Yeah, it's pink lids, because I wanted to know which ones were my Ciara Nail Glitter World jars, so I wanted them to have their own unique color lid. So what I do is I just pour in the glitter into the jar. These sample baggies of glitter from Ciara's Nail Glitter World actually go like a long way. So it fills up about half of my 7-gram jar, so I think this would be probably a 5-gram sample. And then I take clear dip powder and I pour it into my jar. So I have a little measuring spoon here and I literally just dump like 2 teaspoons, or technically 1 because it's a half teaspoon measurement. Yeah. So just dump it in there, throw the lid back on and shake it up real good. I know this glitter isn't necessarily like Lucky Charms themed, but I really just loved the colors. It reminded me of the Lucky Charms cereal pieces, so that's why I went with this one. As of lately, I've been using Mani Boss Peel Base. I have decided I like it so much more than the UNT one, and on with my dip liquids, which are Triple D. And the colors I'm using today are Mary Choppins and Kissy Girl from Zooty Nails. If you are not aware of Zooty Nails, you can't pick up these colors necessarily. They're pretty much sold out, have been sold out for, how old is this collection? The Little Mermaid one is about 2 years old. The Mary Choppins one I think is about a year old, but she does small batch releases, and when they're gone, they're basically gone. But what I'm doing here is a scrub ombre. If you've never seen me do a scrub ombre before, I do have a full tutorial on it and goes really in depth in it. But I noticed that Mary Choppins is not super pigmented, so the pigment from Mary Choppins is not picking up on my green when I'm scrubbing. So what I'm doing here is I'm dipping in clear dip powder and then I'm gonna scrub. If that makes any sense to you, pigment picks up easier on a clear powder than it does on an already pigmented powder, so I decided, hey, if I dip in clear and I scrub the color I want on it, it'll work so much easier to transfer the pigment, which is exactly what I'm doing here. See, Mary Choppins transferred so much better. And I really do like the scrub ombre. I feel like I get a more seamless scrub. It's just like blending in eyeshadow on your eyelids. That's what I like think about when I'm scrubbing, is like I'm just blending in 2 colors together. So here's Kissy Girl, which is the lighter lime-like one, and then Mary Choppins, which is the light one. So I'm going to repeat this one more time with the clear and the scrubbing, and then I'm going to encapsulate it in clear dip powder. So there's technically a total of 4 layers. The first layer of Kissy Girl, my cats are in the background playing with a box, so you can probably hear that. The second layer of scrubbing, third layer of scrubbing, and then the fourth is going to be clear. So I'm pretty satisfied with the scrub on this and the overall look, so I definitely need to clear encapsulate, so when I activate file, shape, and buff and all that, nothing fades. I'm not saying that the Zooty Nails colors fade or anything, like I don't think they lose their pigment when you file, shape, and buff, but it's not like I did a full dip or anything. I'm like literally scrubbing on pigment. So I'm going to repeat the same process on my index finger. You will notice after I do my first dip, because I like to do is one full dip in Kissed Girl, the lighter color, and then try to scrub. You'll notice how splotchy it is. I don't know why that happened. Maybe like my basebond dried too fast or something. So I'm applying basebond all over again, and I'm going to do my clear thingy-mabob where I do clear dip and then scrub. So I'm going to do that and I'll be back. That pretty much wraps up the scrub ombre part. I do want to show you guys, like, my nail is not thick. So as long as you're using thin liquids and thin layers, you don't have to worry about it turning out really thick. So I'm going to activate these nails, let them harden. That way when I'm ready to file, shape, and buff, I don't have to wait for the hardening process to happen. But while that is hardening, I think it's time to get into the fun part, which is the glitter. So what I'm going to do is apply basebond to my nail. I'm going to do a full coverage glitter on this nail. Apply basebond and I'm going to pour over for the first layer and then individually place the larger pieces of glitter with my basebond. So you're going to see a lot of that happening. I'm just going to be moving things around and trying to get the larger pieces, because like, look how cute those are. There's flowers, there's stars, there's bunnies, hearts, there's a lot of things in this glitter, and it just makes it so interesting. So I definitely want those to show up on top of the glitter after I get all of the smaller pieces situated. Lathering on a thick layer of basebond, taking my little marble tool. It's a very pointy tool, that's why I'm using it. Dabbing on basebond onto it and then moving the glitter pieces that I want on my nail onto the nail. So here you can see I added a circle, some clouds, the star. So I want to add a couple more things to it and just kind of like, it is pretty intentional when you're adding the glitter pieces, but I still want it to look kind of like random and displaced. I don't know how to explain it. It's just cute, you know? So I'm pretty much satisfied with everything. This bunny ended up not staying on there. It was just too much happening on the nail, but I think overall it's pretty darn cute. I love it. I don't know if you guys get Lucky Charms vibes, but I do. So I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing in order to get this all to stick and lay flat. I have this refill activator from Revel and a dropper bottle. I just reused a Candy Skincare one from when I finished the oil and cleaned it out. So I'm taking a little bit of that activator and this dropper, and I'm going to drop the activator on this nail. Mind you, my nail is still kind of like wet with the basebond. So what I'm doing is I'm forcing the chemical reaction to happen quicker. So I dropped on the activator, I give it about 10 to 15 seconds, and then I take this little plastic baggie, it's like a little jewelry baggie, and I just press my nail down flat to make everything lay flat. If you do this while your basebond is still wet, and you apply the activator and then you press it down 10 to 15 seconds later, you're going to basically force the chemical reaction to happen, and while you're in the middle of shaping it so that it lays flat. That's like the key to getting the glitters to lay flat. And if you ever get one like the star that decides to go rogue and fall off, dab on a glob of basebond and then take your activator and dab it right on there, and it will glue the sucker on there. So I promise it'll stay put. So don't worry, if one falls off, you can still fix it. Basebond, activator, smush. So this is what it looks like after it's all pretty much flat. You can look at my nail, it's flat. Like all the glitter pieces are pretty much laying nice and flat. But I do want to clear encapsulate these, but I'm not going to do it right now though. So I'm going to clear encapsulate at the end when the activator is done drying. For this nail though, I'm going to do something kind of wonky. I haven't done this in almost a year. I'm going to do like vertical stripes on this nail and then glitter at the cuticle area. So what I'm going to do is take it's a dense brush, and I'm going to scrub these three colors. So Frenchy, Kissy Girl, and Ananab. All those three colors, I'm going to scrub them. And I'm just kind of going for those springy pastel vibes because I don't want it to all be green. That's why I chose to incorporate ananab and Frenchy. I wanted that coral and that yellow in there, and I realize I'm ranting at this point, but I'm just scrubbing in the middle of my nail. You see right there, I'm just doing like a vertical line, and then I'm going to do it with the green on the left hand side, which it actually doesn't show up that well because the clear has practically dried at this point. And then later on you're going to see me get frustrated because it's just taking so long for the scrub to show up. I eventually give up and I just tap ombre it on there. But you can see that the pigment has transferred onto the clear. I was just frustrated at this point. So here is the frustration moment. I realized that if I continued the scrubbing, it was just going to take way too long and too many layers to get the full amount of pigment that I wanted. So I'm doing the tap here in these areas, which I really don't mind. And then because the back is still like clear, I dipped in clear dip powder to fill in that void, and then I'm going to, on this finger, ring finger, where I did the full glitter, I'm going to clear encapsulate that as well. You don't have to pour over your glitters. I don't really understand why I did it. I just had my little spoon here, but I mean, if you are a pour over method kind of person, these like deep measuring spoons work. They're awesome. And then going back to the glitter, I'm sorry I'm out of frame for this, but I am sprinkling on some of the smaller glitters onto the upper half of my nail. I'm not really going for a swoop, but the glitter is going to kind of be slanted because the smaller glitters are going to be on the upper part and the left part, and the larger glitters are going to be on the upper and the right part. So I am kind of like concentrating the glitter more to the right hand side of the nail intentionally because I think it just kind of looks more natural and cute that way. So I am intentionally putting on, like, you saw me just place a cloud. I'm going to put another cloud because there's a purple one right here and I don't want the purple one on there. I want the white one. And then I'm going to put some hearts. I don't know. I'm just going to look it cute and kind of go with the flow. By the way, if I haven't already mentioned it, which I don't think I have, this is my official St. Patrick's Day manicure. I didn't want to go with your standard green. I wanted something rainbowy. That's why I went for the whole Lucky Charms vibes and everything. I wanted pastel in the spring. I just didn't want the darker green. I was in a mood. So this is my official St. Patrick's Day manicure. So I hope you guys like it. And that's it. So clear encapsulating another layer on this finger here. I felt like it needed 2 full layers of clear because when I file, shape, and buff, it is going to kind of remove some of that clear, and I did not want to dig into the glitter pieces because these are chunkier glitters. If you've ever shopped at Ciara's Nail Glitter Supply and you've seen Nail Glitter World, sorry, and you've seen her glitters, the chunkier ones, they are pretty damn chunky. So I highly recommend her store, by the way. But this is the full manicure. I top coated, file shaped, and buff off camera. I did this one in Mary Choppins, kind of to go with the ombre on the tips, to bring that blue into the nail, to not go full green. But this is my vibe. This is how I was feeling. This is the manicure I went for, so I hope you guys do like it. And if you did, as always, please give this video a thumbs up. If you guys have any questions or I missed anything, I didn't explain anything, always drop a comment in the comment box below, and every single item I used today will be just listed in the description. So thank you guys so much. I will see you in the next video.